Okay, so once it's all nice and hardened, what you're going to do is form it, polish it, create the slit. So what I use is kind of a large saw blade. I just find that a lot easier to use. Then I also use an acrylic burr. Any size is fine. A very nice thin burr to just kind of create that slit and get any of the acrylic out of the holes. And then I use a bristle brush to polish it down. So the first thing I usually do is the acrylic burr to shape it. So for the palate portion, you want to make sure that you shave it down enough. If it's too high, sometimes the appliance won't go up all the way, or the patient will be pretty uncomfortable with that piece sticking in their palate. So it's better to shave down more on this side than what some may think is enough. So I'm just going to keep going down a little bit. So once everything is nice and formed, I'll go ahead and do the slit. Something nice and thin usually works really well. Find it easier to go from the back side, and seeing where the hole is, that is my guide, and I just create the slit. Just like that. And then I will take the skinny burr and just make the slit a little bit bigger. And I'll also clean out the middle part so that you can still see where the holes are. So I just keep going just to make sure that you can get the key in there. I also do the back side as well. Just to dislodge any acrylic that may have gotten in there. And if you remember when we initially put the key in, we were turning it back. So what I like to do is just make sure that each hole can turn. So give it one turn, Make sure you can get the key in to the top hole. And if you can't, then just go ahead and keep using that skinny burr to dislodge. Because you want to make sure that the patient is able to keep turning before they leave your office. Perfect. So it's kind of like having a brand new appliance. Just going to polish everything up. Sorry, out of frame there. And then give it a good rinse before giving it to the patient. It does taste awful. If you are filling in occlusal pads, the only thing you really have to be careful of is filling it too high into the occlusion where it won't fit up snugly. So what I usually like to do when I am filling occlusal pads is keep my finger as a guide and just pour the acrylic onto that surface. I do like to roughen it up a little bit too, that way it sticks nice and it doesn't just pop off. So yeah, that is how you Rezero.